Hey, what's happening, y'all? What's up? All right, peace to the victims of the Sandy Hook school shooting. You know, that is such a sad thing that happened and everything. And I wanted to wait for a little while before I even spoke on this because this is a very, very sensitive subject, especially to those who had to live through that. And my heart goes out to these parents and especially the kids who actually witnessed this stuff happening. I myself, I have post-traumatic stress disorder, and I know that this experience will stick in their lives for the longest time. But now, here I am. I watch the news a lot and everything. I like to stay current on what's going on. And we have politicians and everything that's making arguments about why do we, as citizens, need assault rifles. We should have a cap on how much ammunition or how big of a clip we should be able to have for our weapons. I don't have the Second Amendment right in front of me. All right. But it's our constitutional right to be able to bear arms, to be able to defend our home from any threat, including a tyrannical government. And so if they're going to just take all of our weapons and say that we can't even have automatic weapons, I can't have an SKS or a Bushmaster 223 or anything like that, how are we supposed to defend ourselves? The Second Amendment don't just say, hey, you can have a gun so that you can hunt for food. It says so that you can defend yourself. Okay? And, back in 1933, Adolf Hitler said, if you want to conquer a nation, first disarm its people. And we're about to be disarmed. Based on the argument of this crazy, scrawny white boy flips out and decides to go kill a bunch of kids and his mom and his brother. This was somebody who had mental illness. No matter what gun laws you pass, all right, I've been a convicted felon for 12 years. I've had plenty guns since then. I went to prison for a gun that I had. Guns are not hard to get by. Drugs are illegal. People buy them every day. You guys are punishing good law-abiding citizens for the activities of a criminal. Where me as a felon, I cannot legally buy a gun. I can't have a knife. I cannot even have a can of pepper spray to defend myself against anything, or I'm facing at least 5 years in prison. Yes, a can of pepper spray. I can't have a fucking slingshot or a BB gun. In some states, I can't have my pit bull. And so, if I am attacked by an intruder, I'm on my own. If I'm attacked by anybody, I don't have the right to defend myself with anything but my hands. And as a felon, I'm not even supposed to be able to be trained in martial arts. So as a felon, I'm not supposed to have the right to defend myself, even though my felonies are like 10 years ago. America, we are headed for a big, big, big hard time, especially if they pass these new gun laws. I'm sorry, but I'm going to agree with the good old boys. I'm going to agree with some of what the Tea Party says. I'm going to agree with any person who stands on the Constitution of the United States of America to say that we have a right to bear arms. I should be able to own a fully automatic weapon if I want to defend my home, to have. I do not buy guns to hunt and murder people. And even when I sold drugs, my guns were to protect my home from people that would want to come in there and try to harm me to get my money. It's very, very, very unfortunate that America is so shallow that they will have no problem at all selling these white kids, right? Because it's not any other people but white people grabbing up guns and shooting up these schools lately and shit. Scrawny, little fucking nerdy ass white boys that probably got picked on in fucking school. that have all kinds of fucking issues, that wasn't raised right, and then the rest of us got to suffer for it. I'd like to salute people for not like making racist comments about white people when it comes to stuff like this, because had it been a black person who shot up that school, we would have heard nigga about 5 billion times by now. You know, if a black person does it, he's horrible. But this little scrawny, scary looking white boy did this stuff, and he's mentally ill. And hey, you know what? I agree with what they started saying about dude. He's fucking despicable. He's a coward. He is a real piece of fucking work that could go into that school and do that to them kids. But these people up here who's fronting like they know everything, and they go back to their nice big houses, and they get this six-figure salary for the rest of their lives, decide that they're going to say to the 99%, we don't want you to have the means to defend yourself. Your AK-47 is no different than weapons of mass destruction. And basically what I'm saying is, America, stand up for your Second Amendment right. I personally cannot own firearms. If I could, you would have fun taking my guns. You would pry 'em from my cold dead fingers. And that's real talk. All these things that people have been talking about for the last 5 years, that's going to lead up to martial law from our beloved house nigga President Obama, are happening right now. And it's not just a coincidence that the guy who played the Joker, the little punk that did this, has direct relations to people in power throughout city, state, and federal governments. Which just kind of makes us wonder, were these people sent to do this stuff so that the propaganda of taking our weapons can be reached? Hey, what we really need to do is examine our ways, see where our heart is. If every community takes out their own trash and holds the next person accountable and raises the moral standard in our villages, then we'll have a better country to live in, united as one. Examine your hearts and turn with your whole body and soul to God. Because if you don't, you're asking for it. I know the truth hurts, but the shoe fits, lace it up. If it makes you look ugly, get a makeover. I'm EB, I'm out.